joke.
What?
I can't believe I'm actually going to die on my first mission.
You're not.
Come on, Major. Even if this symbiote can fix what's wrong with me, we're never getting out of here.
Sure we are. We've read our mission files. We go through the gate, get into trouble, get out of it, and we go home.
Tell that to Major Mansfield.
Okay, forget the pep talk. You knew what you were signing up for.
Yeah.
You got this assignment because you were strong, both physically and mentally. Now give the symbiote inside you a chance. He needs you as much as you need him right now. Do not.
This is David Reed for GateWorld.net. Proud and privileged to present interview with Courtenay J. Stevens. Courtenay, thanks for being with us.
No worries.
How aware were you of Stargate before you became Elliot?
Not that aware, actually. I mean, I knew that the show was going on, and I knew some people that were involved, but I wasn't. I'd seen a few episodes, but I wasn't following it closely. And then once I got in, realized what a good show, and what a good family it actually is. Yeah.
So it was like really cool to immerse yourself into this lore that had been established for 5 years.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, 5 years is quite a long time for any show, you know. And yeah, it was a wonderful opportunity to get involved and then go back and see a lot of the episodes and the character development that I was unaware of.
Because you were working with Elizabeth Rosen, did you have to watch Prodigy? Did they ask you to watch that, or did you just jump into it?
Yeah, I just jumped into it. Actually, I didn't see it, which I guess makes sense anyway, because Elliot, the character, wouldn't have. He would have been aware that she was involved, but he wouldn't have seen anything about anything of her involvement.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the original concept for this young and enthusiastic character? I mean, he was inexperienced, driven, had something to prove, but what did you find made him tick?
Well, one of the original ideas was that they were sort of shopping around for a spin-off series, which became Atlantis. And so they were looking for a team to mirror the team that was already involved. So Elliot was at least written as somewhat of a young O'Neill, and that's kind of why he gets under O'Neill's skin a bit. But obviously a bit different. But yeah, more ambitious, just really wanting to do the right thing and go. And I mean, I guess his journey is that he was really selfish. He really wanted to get to the top at all costs. And then the change being when they pulled in Proving Ground, when they pulled the rug out and had to save
right.
Haley, and unbeknownst to him,
right,
it was another trick.
So you say that at that point they were, of course, shopping around. They were getting ready for Stargate Atlantis. Was there any possibility that this team would have anything to do with the other series, or was this just because a lot of Stargate fans were thinking, okay, the old team's wearing out, these are the guys that are going to replace them? Was there any of that?
I think there was speculation. I mean, I think they were just spending time looking at options. Okay. So I mean, nothing was in the works per se, but there was sort of general talk about it. And I know that they were looking at it, but the four of us, our team, ended up doing, as actors, we ended up doing other things. And I left the city shortly after Last Stand, so I was out of the loop for about 3 years.
Did that have anything to do with Elliot meeting his maker?
I don't know.
Were taken off?
I don't know, actually. I think they coincided. I mean, they left it his ending somewhat ambiguous.
Right.
And I think maybe if I were still around, there would have been potential for some more Elliot. But I was booked and busy doing other things.
Were you aware of the 3-episode arc from the get-go at that point?
No.
When you started?
No, actually, I wasn't. It was a nice surprise. I think originally Haley was supposed to continue as well. We were supposed to move on. Maybe I'm not sure what happened, but I'm not sure how they're writing these things, or how they don't necessarily give characters knowledge of future events. But I think if you have a solid foundation, which I think we had in Proving Ground, it was easy for them to write something else, which they did.
Originally for Summit and Last Stand, J.R. Bourne was going to return as Martouf and Lantash, and J.R. couldn't meet the schedule, and so it was kind of quickly brought up that, okay, let's bring back Elliot and see if we can carry on his character, see if we can merge him with Lantash. Was that surprising that popped up, or was it like, oh, great, okay, whatever, let's do it?
Sure. I mean, I mean, they made the offer, and I was happy to accept it. So I didn't really think too much about it. Yeah.
Okay. In Proving Ground, you were obviously the leader. Did you do anything as an actor to meld with Elizabeth, David, and I forgot Satterfield's actual name? Yes. Haley Grogan and Satterfield. Did you do anything to get it so that on camera it looked like you guys had spent a lot of time in training together?
Not specifically. I mean, shooting TV is really quick.
Yeah.
So luckily enough, we were able to gel on set, and also we were doing it was like 13-hour days, and it just the four of us primarily in the show. If you remember the episode, there's some other footage of the main characters, but a lot of the team figuring things out. So a lot of it sort of developed on set, and just in between takes, and we're around the same age, and just kind of got on and hung out, and we became good friends after. Went up a few beers and celebrated the end of our mission.
Was there anything rewarding about playing Elliot?
Was there anything rewarding about it? Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I thought it was a really well crafted role. I thought it was well written, and there was a nice, as you mentioned, nice character arc in his journey, and we get to see him deliberate and get his wings basically, and make a few errors, and then come up big in the end. And it's a bit of a hero role, which is kind of nice. So
for a series like Stargate, not all of these characters really get to have a complete arc.
Yeah.
I mean, he started off at A and he ended up at like F.
Yeah.
And so he really got a full circle taste of it.
Yeah.
Started off as naive and ended up sacrificing himself.
Yeah. So. No, I mean, that's always rewarding when you can have a character that has a complete journey. That's rewarding as an actor.
Who of the principal cast did you most enjoy working with? You work extensively with Amanda in Summit and Last Stand. O'Neill, Richard Dean Anderson in Proving Ground.
Well, everyone was great. I think Amanda and I really hit it off. I mean, she's just a joy on set and really buoyant and fun and funny, and she's a gas. And she's from Toronto, and she was involved in the theater scene there, and I come from a theater background, so we were able to riff about that, and we knew some of the same people. So it always helps. So
you pretty much kicked it off with Amanda.
Well, everyone as well, and Rick's a good guy as well. He's a star of the show, and I mean, that's always a good energy to be around, and what he says goes, and he has some power, and he's a good guy,
Did you become acquainted with Lantash in his past before taking on the symbiote at the end of Summit? Or did you have like a background of Lantash and where he'd come from and his love affairs and et cetera, et cetera?
Yeah. I mean, it's backstory, so we had to talk about that.
So you covered it?
Yeah.
What did you find appealing about Lantash?
I guess the love affairs that you mentioned, like the romance, that's kind of appealing.
So not after he blended with Lantash, it was like, oh, Major Carter.
Yeah, maybe that's why we got on so well.
Did you regret the journey? So far, as far as we know, did you regret the journey you had to end in Last Stand, despite the fact that you had to move away?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's a really good group and a good family, and I would have loved to have spent some more time with the crew, and it's good work. It's good work and an enjoyable show. And I mean, those two things, like good people and a good show, absolutely. Yeah.
Do you think we've seen the last of Elliot and Lantash?
I have no idea. I mean, who knows when this show will stop? I mean, they have to stop shooting sometime.
At some point, yes.
So I don't think there's a lot of time left to bring Elliot back. But I mean, I've certainly forgot about it because it's been a few years now. But I mean, should they want to, absolutely, I'd begin. Yeah.
What can you tell us about Karis in Stargate Atlantis? At this point, the episode will have already aired.
Right.
So kind of a rehash.
Right, okay. Well, it's actually, again, another nice role. I've been really pleased with what Stargate has offered me. Again, a full journey. This one, I suppose, in comparing Karis and Elliot, like I mentioned before, Elliot being more selfish and kind of finds him, he has his revelation. Whereas Karis already has a great deal of responsibility on his shoulders. He's the leader of a society that at 25 they kill themselves, and it's been going on for 400 years. Now he gets 400. Wow. Yeah. So it's their religion, basically. It's the way things happen. And then he gets some information from the Stargate team that says, this might not be the way you have to do it. And
probably rocked his world a little.
Well, exactly. I mean, exactly. So that's one of the exciting things. We're going, oh my God. But it's been this way forever. You can't be seriously telling me that that's not true. And then he goes through that journey and realizes by the end of it that doesn't have to be the way, but also has to weigh in not just himself, but the responsibility of the society. Because it's not, he's not just thinking about his own well-being. He's thinking about several hundred people.
Right.
So yes, I mean, if he doesn't kill himself, and the new information is wrong, then everyone suffers, and he's basically obliterated in society. And so that's weighing on his shoulders.
So at this point, so you're saying he's like 25 in the episode.
Yeah.
So he's ready to terminate himself, I imagine.
Yeah.
Okay. And was he going to appoint another leader, or?
Well, the way it works, actually, it's on the eve of his 25th birthday.
Okay.
So when he turns 25, or when anyone in the society turns 25, they make a sacrifice, and they're killing themselves, and it's been going on forever. And if they don't do it, then the society does it for them.
So they keep the wraith at bay.
Yes.
They do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then whoever's next in line, whoever's eldest, becomes the leader.
If you had the chance to play either character in another Stargate episode, which would you choose?
Karis or Elliot?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow. Maybe both. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Karis maybe because. He's fresher. I mean,
a little less unexplored. I mean, a little less explored.
Yeah. I mean, that's just been a few months ago that we shot the episode. Whereas, like I said, Elliot, it's been a few years. And but it'd be interesting to go back a few years later and explore a character.
Well, considering their track record with bringing people back, that's a pretty good possibility.
Yeah.
So, would you be up for that?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Do you believe Atlantis has potential?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. One of the nice things about being on that set was that there's just an ease and a calm in the show. Sometimes a new show can have that kind of frantic energy, but this show, it's just like smooth and running. It's a well-oiled machine, but I think it's because they've had the history, and it's a lot of the same people from SG1. And same writers, and I think that they'll have a lot of the fan base. I think will be interested in check it out, and I think with good writing and good actors, I think it'll be a good show.
From the actor's point of view, how are the two shows similar and different? I mean, you've had the great opportunity of being part of both.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's probably more oiled now than it was even in year 5. What are the similarities and differences about working on each program?
I guess Atlantis is the nice thing about it is that it is new. And when I went into SG1, it was year 5, and it's been around for a while. It's great, but it knows what it's doing. Whereas Atlantis is still exploring, but it's in a good way. It's not, like I said earlier, it's not crazy energy and scattered. It's young.
That had to be more freeing as an actor.
Absolutely, there's a lot of energy. People aren't necessarily. You want to try? Yeah, sure, let's try that, and open to exploring, and always leaving storylines open. And they're not sure, as you say, like who knows how long it'll go, because I'm sure Stargate didn't know it was going to go for so many seasons.
You've brought us to Granville Island, the Arts Club Theater. Can you tell us what you're up to here?
Yes. I'm opening a play this evening, actually. We have a matinee in a couple hours, and then we're opening tonight. And it's a play called Number 14.
The number 14.
Yeah, and it's based on a bus that was, it doesn't run anymore. This play's been going on for about 12 years on and off. I've been a part of it for 2 weeks. But it was a bus that ran from the skids to the posh part of town, and it's a broad physical comedy, completely different from Stargate. But it's full of characters and lots of mask work, very theatrical, and it's just laugh a minute. And the reason it's so popular is because people just come and bust a gut, and it's really quite funny. It's a joy to be a part of.
And what other, are you working on anything else right now, or is that your priority?
That's it for now. Then I do quite a bit of theater, so I'm doing another play. I just got back from Norway with a play. Actually, just after shooting Atlantis, I went to Norway with this play that I've been doing for a while, and that kind of comes in and out of my life. And it's another movement piece. And that was, we were in London and Australia and New Zealand this year. And
my goodness.
Yeah, so it's been.
You went touring.
Yeah, it's been getting me around.
Well, best of luck to your theater productions and acting, and we sure hope to see you again in the future of Stargate.
Thanks.
So, thanks a lot.
Pleasure.
He's happy now. He just wants you to know how he felt.
I do. And I'll never forgive him. Or you.
Ground forces will not be far behind.
Sam, we gotta go.
Because she has her
Elliot
Lemming.
Oh my goodness.
And so, if you wouldn't mind, she was like, can you just get a picture of Elliot?
Oh, that's so cute.
So, this is her little Elliot. She's hoping that it will make him feel better that he's not dead.
That is
She adores Elliot.
amazing. Gosh, that's so wonderful. I mean, I was only on 3 episodes. That's so wonderful.
You made quite an impact.
Yes, Elliot is her buddy. She loves him.
Wow.
So,
Isn't that cute?
from California, and
That's great. What's her name?
her name's Sue Corkill. And totally off the wall, she writes fan fiction. She's written
Elliot stories, really.
She's written Elliot stories. She's written Elliot and Haley stories.
Oh, wonderful.
So you can tell Sue hi.
Thanks, Sue. Thanks. What can I say? Elliot and Elliot. Thanks, Sue. What a surprise.